These are family photos taken at 5130 Village Green in Los Angeles. I'll just call them out. That's me on the left, my sister on the right, Virginia. That's me on the right. I really don't know the names of the other kids. Maybe Skipper. And anyway, that's my family inside 5130. My dad. There's my mom looking at the album, smoking a cigarette. Sorry, these are a lot of me. This is my sister Eleanor and me, probably about 1945. That's my mom's family as they're about to leave Iowa City in 42. And that's my sister Eleanor on the left, Virginia on the right, leaving, getting ready to leave Iowa. That's my grandmother Bestimore, and that's me, 1943. That's me and I guess my mom in the patio at 5130 Village Green. And that's me shortly after being born, my sister Eleanor and my mom. That's my Aunt Diney, me and the dog Lassie on the green outside 5130. These were friends of the family. That's April Nopar. And there's my grandmother about in the middle. The whole family. My aunt was there, Aunt Diney. There's my sisters Eleanor on the left, Virginia on the right, probably 1942. There's my dad with Lassie, probably in the apartment. There's my dad. He's drinking some beer. He says, "Boy, I bet that's not milk." Wisecrack. He was a drinker back then, but he gave it up. There's the dog Lassie and my mom in the patio. That's me, I guess, inside the apartment. Bunch of pictures of me in the crib here. There's my dad and my mom. There's the whole family with Lassie. My dad on the left. Virginia, me. There's a little picture of me as a little baby. You might think I was spoiled. I just want to get it out there for the villagers, for the record. I guess that's it's kind of blurry. My mom and me. She took a lot of pictures. We didn't have a lot of money, but I remember a professional photographer coming, plus all these. This is the sink at 5130. Getting a bath right there in the sink. I don't look the same, I can tell you that. But boy, what a life I had growing up in the village. I can't tell you how wonderful it was. 43 to 1960. Spoiled little brat. But anyway, another picture. There may be some duplicates in here. There's so many, and I didn't really want to arrange them exactly in chronological order. There's me in some kind of a basket case. There's my mom. She sure was pretty, have to say. And there's my two sisters and me, probably about 1943. That's me, I guess, looking out the front door window at 5130. Another one on the green. You see the ivy. There was ivy there until the flood. See all that ivy? I remember seeing a snake, my mom and me. I remember seeing snakes cross this walkway. There's my two sisters, and I think that's my aunt. I think that was my Aunt Diney, my mom's sister. Probably 43. There's a cute photo, I think. I don't know, looks like costume, dress-up day. My mom's holding her head. Anyway, there's another baby picture. That's my mom and me outside. I still remember just reveling in the grass out there, the green grass, the dandelions. Look at that, my sister Eleanor and me with a cap. I'm riding my Aunt Diney. That's my mom's sister. Look at all that ivy. There's me and the dog Lassie. I don't really remember that dog too much. I remember. Now this is the playground outside 5130 towards Coliseum, and then we had a slide there. Oh, it was wonderful. It's just now a patch of grass. Boy, they dressed me up for that one. For crying out loud, got rouge on. And there's me standing in the front door, 5130, and there's some kind of a football or something. Happy, we were happy. There's my sister Virginia posing. There's my mom, me and Lassie. Yeah, I remember just, oh, there's my sisters. They were, I can still kind of remember them throwing me around. And there's a little, I kind of remember this little pinwheel thing. That was fun. Running with the pinwheel. So we got a lot of exercise. It was an adventure living in the village green. I wouldn't have traded it for anything in the world. I'm getting choked up just thinking about it. There's me walking around with that stupid pinwheel. My God. Anyway, this goes on for about 20 minutes, you know, so go get a drink or something. There's me and my mom. Wow. She was a good mom. We had problems at times, off and on, but who doesn't? It was just a great life growing up there. Okay, that's Lassie, my mom. She was always checking in on us, making sure we were okay. There's Eleanor. There's my sister Jenny. That's one of my favorite pictures, that one and the one of Eleanor. There we are. This is probably inside the house. This is the professional photographer. He had to get all dressed up, and you can see there I wasn't comfortable. I didn't like that camera thing. Playing, that was fun, kicking the football. Throwing balls, throwing the ball, football. These were probably just not professional photos, I think. You know, and think about it, we didn't have a lot of money. My dad was in household maintenance, and I don't know, it wasn't cheap taking pictures back in the day. There I am, idiot, pretending to be sick. Thought that was funny. Oh yeah, making faces. And that's Lammy. That was my favorite animal. I set them all out, but that Lammy was my favorite. And I gave it to Skipper Johnson. We exchanged stuffed toys, and I came out on the short end of that stick on that one. Anyway, never got over it. There may be some repeats in here. I apologize for that. But the Village Green, they kind of wanted to know if I had more photos. And this is just the 1940s, from 43 to 1950. And I have the 1950 photos. There aren't as many, though, so I'll put them up later. I'll do another video of the 1950s. But this is the 40s. And, excuse me, I've got the old man voice going on now. I'm 79 years old. And some kind of baseball. There's Lammy again, and they had me dressed up, and some guy, they dressed me up. And then posing with a book. What a fool. Balancing a book on my head. I did love that little stuffed animal, man. That thing made me feel secure. So soft. Gave it to Skipper Johnson. Well, I told you that story. So these were the more casual photos outside on the green. This would be right outside the front door. Brooding, moody. This looks like this looks like one you've already seen. I don't know. Okay, yeah, I know I've seen that one. I'm sorry about that. Some of these are repeats. I don't know what I got in my hand there. So it's got about 10 more minutes. I think this is 20 minutes long. But just to document the history, 1940s, just at this one particular area in the Village Green, how nice it was growing up there. Sisters tossing me around. We played baseball games out here with the Devitts. They lived in Court 2. And we had so many fun baseball games out there. Probably not until, I think late 40s, you know, when we were all big enough to play and participate. There'll be some pictures of the Devitt boys, not too many. My sister's braid. So it was a healthy, wonderful place to live. In case you don't know, there was a lot of smog in LA. Even with fewer cars, the air quality was very bad back in the, you know, you could burn, you could have outdoor incinerators. There's my grandfather, and in the background's my grandmother, and I think my aunt. Okay, this is Carol on the right. Leona, oh geez, oh, blasting along here. But yeah, this was a 1949 birthday party for me, and there's the Devitts, Mike, Terry, or Denny and Terry and me eating ice cream. That was for my 4th birthday party. I said 47, 1947. And both my sisters just loved, you know, they, you know, because we lived there, we were athletic, outdoor, having fun kids. Eleanor and Jenny. Jenny is still alive, living in Sun Valley, Arizona. Eleanor passed away, I'm sorry to say, in 2007. Okay, there's Carol on the right, Leona and Missy. Missy on the left, Leona and me. And these were pictures, I think I got these from Leona, who's in the foreground there. And I still remember them. I like, you know, there were a lot of kids. Here's a picture, maybe a birthday party. I think this was taken from the bathroom window down into the patio at 5130, something like that. Anyway, but long before school, there were so many kids in the Village Green. There's Lassie and my sister Jenny and me at a little table there. But they had certain courts where dogs, I think dogs were allowed throughout the Village Green and then eventually not allowed at all. Maybe they are now again. But there's Jenny, I think, in her Girl Scout. But but they had certain courts that allowed kids, and there were playgrounds, little mini playgrounds in those courts. There's a bunch of us here, probably, okay, there's me and my dog Lassie, probably about 40, 46, 47. Anyway, and anyway, my sisters were and still, well, you know, we're very athletic. I mean, this was a great place to have for a kid to grow up. Every day I just looked forward to being outdoors there in the Village Green. We all played. We played Red Rover on that green, red light, green light. We played so many games. We had 4th of Julys. You know, we had fireworks out here on that green. And, you know, it was a mess afterwards, but it sure was a lot of fun. And trick-or-treating, I remember getting dressed up and going around to the neighbors in the village green. And then for a while it got to be, I think they made it, they didn't allow kids in some of the courts. They phased them out. It became all adult. And now, you know, after in the early 70s, Village Green divested themselves, and it was converted to what it is today, condominiums. Jenny said she just loved playing football, baseball. She still likes the Dodgers. Big Dodger fan. And anyway, as life went on, I maintained activity. I can't credit the village. Maybe it had something to do with it, but we got a lot of exercise. We had a lot of fun, all of us. And gradually, I remember my friends moved away one by one. It was kind of sad. I mean, the first one that kind of broke my heart was Skipper Johnson. He lived across the way towards Court 2 and towards Coliseum in a building not opposite me. And another guy I grew up with, I just found out, Tim Collop, he lived across the way and he just passed away. Very, very sad. I mean, I'm at that age now, let's face it, you know, you get to be, I think the life expectancy, sorry, there's another repeat. But anyway, so half the people I knew are probably gone. It's just the way it is. Okay, there's Happy Hoon, and I don't know, I can't, this is kind of going fast here. I'm just ad-libbing this whole thing. But look at the hair, you know, I had to comb the hair, and I remember them fussing over me and getting me all dressed up. And my sisters too, you know, this is the professional photographer. And, you know, I'm mugging for the camera there, but I remember I didn't really particularly like it. That might be Playa del Rey, my mom on the beach. And there's another one. There's my aunt and one of my sisters, I believe. There's my mom scowling for some reason. Oh, these pajamas were given to me right after my tonsils were out. And I remember I'd been real sick. I was at trauma. But those pajamas made me so happy when my mom showed them to me. There's my my cousin John. There's Terry and Denny Devitt. And there's John Hale on the left. My dad, Bestimore, next to my sister. And John Hale, God, I just love that man. He was a great guy, so much fun. We played Mumble-T-Peg. I remember him throwing a knife there for Terry and Denny and me, showing us how to do that when he was like 17, 18 years old. And we just thought he was just wonderful. And then he actually went on to go in the Air Force, became a pilot and in the Air Force and during Korea, and then he was a pilot for TWA. There's my mom. I fiddled. I don't know where that is. I don't think it's the Village Green. There's Mike Devitt and Denny Devitt. The lady on the right, I don't know. There's Jenny. There's a picture of my dad somewhere. We're getting near the end, but that's not the Village Green. That might be back in Iowa. There's another one. This is probably 48, 49. They give you buy these jeans and roll them up because you were growing, you know, and we didn't have a whole lot of money. We didn't have a ton of money. My dad had household maintenance business, and he had a lot of jobs in the village, and I can still, there's my grandma Christensen. There's a funny picture of my mom, I guess. in the patio. And there's me in they used to pack oranges in these orange crates made out of wood. There's a rare picture inside. We still have that desk in the family, but that's at the bottom of the stairway. There's Happy, and maybe that is Skipper. I'm not sure. Skipper had red hair like me, and we just hit it off. Another smiling idiot, and that's another repeat. I don't know how this is going to come out. I just want to document it. And for the record, experience growing up in the village green. This might have been taken a picture from an album or something. There's my Aunt Diney. This one I have on the kind of a posed picture. We're near the end here, and this was someone this isn't my family, but this is over in another part of the village green, and I don't have in hand the names of these people. I have it somewhere, but they got in touch with me, and this I think is at the Baldwin Hills school. Maybe the first one, and this is their people. I can't remember. This is their family in another part of the village green. Here's another repeat picture. We're almost to the done here.